Sitting here, look at the body, bruised up, scarred. You hear the word thrown around in professional wrestling, fake, which I hate. Tell us some of your worst in-ring injuries and how it's left your body at this point.
Well, my worst in-ring injury is accumulation. I've had, arm broke, leg and stuff like that, but to survive it for almost 40 years, and back when I was doing it on a full-time basis, it was 7 nights a week. And I always bring this trip up because it is the longest one ever. From Perth, Australia to Melbourne, Australia, straight back in, you lose a day coming back in to Charlotte, North Carolina, and there for the rest of that week. I averaged roughly 100,000 miles a year driving an automobile, plus God only knows how many miles flying. Wow. And during my run, it was 7 nights a week.
And how many surgeries have you had? I know we were talking about your back last night a little bit.
Well, luckily, going through the time that I had, I didn't have a whole lot of difficulties. All my stuff is accumulation. I've had 4 back surgeries, 3 abdominal. We could talk for hours on that goofy subject.
Would you compare it to the abuse a body would take in playing football or some of the other sports out there?
Oh, it's far beyond that. When you're going 7 nights a week, these guys practice 2 or 3 days a week. They play for an hour on Sunday.
Yeah.
By then, I'd already went 6 other hours, plus you throw in the Sunday factor.
You broke into the professional wrestling industry pretty young. An incident that happened when you were in school with the principal, according to your autobiography.
Well, I kind of slapped the principal around a little bit, and they didn't like that, so they exited me, and I had just turned, I think, 15 at the time, and by the time I was ready to turn 16, I was in this business.
And you started off with carnival wrestling?
Yes.
What was the old school carnival like? That's where they developed the Connie language out of and so on and so forth. You would go from city to city, carnival to carnival?
Well, actually, they would move not city to city because in the state of Missouri, this time of year, they probably got 15 of them going on right now. And same in Iowa, same in Illinois. But when you're there, you're taking on all comers coming in out of the audience. So you better know a little bit about what you're talking about, because you darn sure don't get paid when you get beat. And in that part of the country, there's a lot of kids know all there is to know about amateur wrestling. So you learn a few things that you can pass someone out or make them tap out real quick, or you get your butt kicked and you don't get paid.
Now, were you the actual wrestler in the ring issuing the open challenge, quote unquote, to the audience, or were you the plant?
Both ways.
Both ways.
Both ways.
You did a lot of farming being out in the Midwest after you left school. How did your work in farming lead you to meet the Zbyszkos that got you involved in the wrestling?
Boston wrestling sports in the MWF explodes into a new year with professional wrestling content galore and need you to join our family. Every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. after our Monday Night Raw review, it's Wrestling Insiders at your house with WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. after NXT and AEW, join rotating legends on Wrestling Insiders Special Edition. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after our NXT and Dynamite review, it's Marty Jannetty's no-holds-barred sex, drugs, and rock and roll journey on Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty. Friday night after SmackDown, don't miss John Cena Sr.'s Wrestling Insider's Fabulous Fridays. Plus, look for classic clips, history videos, bonus live episodes, pay-per-view watch-alongs, and more. For less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, get early ad-free access to our Wrestling Insider talk shows, our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library, and help keep wrestling legends working during the worst of times. Join our growing family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. Expect the unexpected in 2021.